You're going to put it on
And,
Facebook?
and I'll do that too.
Stand by. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hope you had a
Good
great
Monday
weekend.
morning. It is
Great.
so wonderful to see everybody. I just butted in, Bob, and I'll be quiet.
No, this is great. He's just getting it going.
We
here.
can go ahead and get started.
Yeah, we're
Mhm.
recording.
And I checked my calendar. It is Monday morning. I am so happy to welcome you all here. If you weren't here last Thursday, I got confused and thought it was Monday. So I double checked. Anyway, I am just feeling so joyful and so happy to welcome you all here today. And I love seeing everybody's faces, and we have a guest on today, Marlene. Everybody wave to Marlene. Oh, there she is. She's joining us and learning a little bit. So, you know, if you've told a story before and it's great, tell it again. I know Marlene would love to hear it, and I would love to hear it again. We get on Monday morning. We don't treat, diagnose, or cure. We're going to start with stories after a little announcement from Robin and Gregory. I think Gregory's going to do the honors. But we don't treat, diagnose, cure. We don't try to replace your doctor. We just use these wonderful patches, and we all feel better. We get better, and we enjoy and look forward to getting older every year, because we're not getting older. We're just adding a year. It's awesome. So Gregory, why don't you go ahead with the announcement, and then we'll go on with stories.
Yeah, great. Thanks very much, Karen. Good morning, everyone. And just real quick, you know, check your emails from corporate. There was a couple that came through. They seem to be coming out around 2 a.m. in the morning for me. But one of them is they've decided to postpone, I won't say indefinitely, but at least to the end of the year, the 2 customer requirement for activity. So don't fret that anymore. But, you know, we've laughed about it too, getting 2 customers like falling off a log. But they've pushed that requirement back at least to the end of the year. And also they launched a new special for distributors, preferred and retail customers. Very exciting special. So check that out. I'm sure they'll be talking about it on the corporate call. If you're not getting the corporate emails, you know, check your back office, make sure that you've logged into that, or check with customer service. So that's all I had. And tonight, our Monday evening call, our team call, our community call, we're moving that forward a half hour. So we'll be doing it at 6:30 Mountain Time. We'll keep it down to about 25 minutes because the company is scheduled 4 weekly Zoom webinars every Monday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So last week we canceled it, spoke with the leaders, and this week we decided just to move it up to 6:30. So just so you know, and we'll be sending out the newsletter, and we'll be broadcasting that live on Facebook also. So with that, we'll turn it back to you, Karen, for our morning product chat.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, I just am so excited about what this product is doing for all of us. And I'd like to just see who steps up to bless our community first.
Okay.
Tina.
Well, I put an X39 on my forehead last night, and my husband said I slept so well I snored, and he thought it was coyotes in the area. Instead, it was my snoring.
That's
and my hair has been wonderful.
It's a lot thicker, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's great. Who's next?
Well, I'll jump in.
Thanks, Peter.
I've been using the X39 for just a little over a year now. And yesterday did a lovely hike along Bear Creek in Colorado. And a year ago, after that hike, my knees would have been inflamed and swollen and screaming at me. And my lower back would have been doing the same. So I am delighted that I'm pain-free after our hike. And I believe that using the technology, the X39 and the glutathione patches, primarily, that my immune system is happy and healthy. I know that it certainly doesn't hurt to be using this technology when it comes to the immune system. So I'm just really grateful to be using LifeWave patches.
Okay, thank you, Peter. I agree. We are so blessed. This is an amazing technology, and nobody else has it. So
Hey,
I'm gonna.
it's
Oh, go
Helen.
ahead. Who's next? Is that Helen?
Yeah.
Helen.
Yeah. So speaking of hiking, some of you know that I hiked up in Boulder. There's the Flatirons, and it's like a 1,300-foot climb. Very, like steep. Holy moly, 4 hours the whole bit. But what I never mentioned before was that on the Friday I had gone swimming, and I was in an area where there were rocks under the lake that I was unaware of. So I crashed my left ankle big time. You know how you give a good kick underwater and it ankle bone hit a rock? Well, it really hurt like crazy. And I actually could not put any weight on it. I had to hobble over to the car. And then, so that was Friday. I was scheduled on Monday to do this hike that I had been promising a friend that I'd be doing for years. So I'm like, oh, brother, how am I going to make that climb on Monday? But I put those patches on like right away as soon as I got the van. You have to have your little first aid kit with you everywhere you go, right? So there it was, and I put on my Ice Wave, my X39. I wore it all the whole day. That was in the afternoon, but by the next day I could walk. And I thought, it was so painful. I couldn't put any weight. I had to sit down on the steps and push myself up. It hurt so badly. So that was a pleasant surprise. And after the hike, on the way down, it was pretty intense. Every step for maybe the last half hour hurt a lot going down a mountain like that. My knee kept hurting every step. But I got down it again, put more patches on, and by the next day, that was fine. And my thighs had really felt it because, I hadn't quite stretched them that much for quite some time. So I put the Ice Wave on my thighs the next day and seriously was totally recovered, within a day. I love these patches.
Wow.
They are life-changing.
They are. They really are.
Freedom.
So,
freedom.
and Helen, I know you're not secretive about this. How old are you, Helen?
70.
70. And
So hike
the
up.
average 70-year-old first of all, doesn't take that hike. And second of all, does not recover so quick.
We didn't see any other 70-year-olds.
No, I bet. Yeah, we're all the same age. So, and I'm so delighted to be 70 and not dread being 71 in a couple months. Yay.
We're not
Okay.
the same age.
Pardon?
I said we're not the same age.
Well, she meant us. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I know. I'm just.
I meant
picking.
Helen and I.
I know.
But you got in touch with this at a younger age. So how fortunate are you?
You are so lucky. You don't have to dread getting, adding the years on. You're going to be happy. Pile them on. Just pile them on. All
Well,
right,
and
so-
we use them, but for ourselves, my husband has traumatic brain injury, so he is using them, and then I use them just for different reasons. And then my nephew, who's 24 and has spinal cerebellar ataxia.
Oh, wait, we don't mention diseases. You can just tell us a
Okay.
symptom or two. That's okay. We all do that.
Okay, so he has the same kind of symptoms as MS. I don't know how to explain it other than that. Double vision, can hardly walk, obviously muscle spasms. It attacks the brain.
Ooh.
It attacks the brain a lot faster. And he has been taking them for quite a while, about a year. He stopped taking them in March because he couldn't afford them and had to go into a group home. And I recently brought him home from Montana to Arizona with me. So he's been with me the last 2 months, and he is on them on a regular basis, and including the pain patches and everything else. And he cannot do without them at all. He has to have one on every single day. He asks for them. And it was funny because he used the pain patches before, and I have never used the pain patches, but he needs them. And so we had gotten both of them, and I stupidly did not know. I mean, I guess it's not stupid if I did not know, but I did not know that you had to use like one of the brown and one of the white together on the pain patches. So then I had used all the brown ones together, and we had all these white ones left. And he turned around and told me how to use them properly. And I said, well, why didn't you tell me this when we first started using them 2 months ago again? So I am now taking care of him here so that I can help him with the stem cell patches. He can just use all of his disability money to get himself help and do everything that we possibly can to help him. So instead of having to pay a group home his money, you know, he only gets so much in Social Security disability. So we want him to be able to use that to get the help. He is going to try, because this disease is so fast acting though, he's going to get some like actual stem cell injections eventually, but we are going to continue with the patches for maintenance and to keep doing it. And right now, obviously he's not getting those yet anyway. So he's just using the pain patches, the stem cell patches. But I noticed a difference overnight. Like if there's one day he goes without them, I can see it.
And what do you notice when he goes without them? What do you notice when he has them?
He has lots more pain. He gets more muscle spasms. He has a little more control and happiness when he's not. Like he just had an infection. His cap came off on his tooth. We had to take him in, and he is, even last night, his face was just swollen. And I said, you are putting this pain patch or this stem cell patch on, the X39, because you have not had it on for a couple of days, because he was just in pain and everything. And this morning, half of his face that was swollen, half the swelling has gone down. So
thank you.
Yeah, so many different things
Awesome.
You can notice.
More than you can name. So that's
Yes.
awesome. Thank you for stepping up and blessing us with your story. Who's next? Okay, you're next. Go ahead. Just unmute yourself. Top right corner of your picture.
Hey, so good morning.
Good morning.
And I have had a phenomenal difference, a life-changing difference with the X39 patch. It is just blown me away from last summer around August. Up until then, I was kind of sedentary, didn't do a whole lot, didn't eat really the good things. And since I started using it since last summer until now, I mean, it's amazing the difference. No hot flashes, so I've stopped estrogen. My hair is thicker. I used to have just thin, kind of fine hair, and it's thicker, and I can feel it. It's like, geez, I can hardly even put it back in a ponytail holder. And my skin is softer. I'm more on point about things, more focused. I have more energy. My physical stamina is just phenomenal. We go up to the Mount Evans wildlife area in Colorado, just on the, just west of Evergreen, and 10,000 feet, and I'm just pumping away.
That is awesome. Wow.
I feel great. I mean, the difference is like night and day.
Oh, I love it. And I don't know your first name.
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. I see Peter on there, and I knew you weren't Peter.
No, not Peter. I'm his girlfriend.
Thank you, Cheryl, for sharing. That's wonderful. Awesome. Who's next? And Cheryl did perfectly. You say how you were, what you used. We actually use them rather than take them. Don't swallow them. I'm being silly. Okay. And then how you were after, and 30 to 60 seconds, we got a great testimony. So who's next? Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about scarring then, because we had an interesting thing. We had heard that it really helps with scarring because of the copper peptide. And on the morning that I noticed that my scar from I had a crushed wrist and a surgery, and I noticed the scar was way diminished. I don't know if you can see it. You can still see it now, but it's nothing compared to how it was. It was like, it even looks worse on the camera than it does in real life. And I had noticed how diminished it was. We checked out my husband's open heart surgery scar. We almost couldn't find it because there's this remodeling of the skin. And then we went to, this was his old doctor. This was when he was really ill and they weren't giving us much chance. And he was given all the gloom and doom. And I said, well, is there anything we can do to help him heal? And he said, well, no, there's scarring on the heart tissue. And he said, there's nothing you can do about that. And I didn't say anything because anytime I brought it up, he just goes, I don't know anything about that. We have a new doctor now. Anyway, so then I have a friend who told me that she has a prolapsed bladder. She's actually on our team. And it prolapsed and she had a ton of scarring. Now that's an internal organ basically, right? So she looked at all the, she was able to look at her bladder. How many of you can look at your bladder? You know, we just can't, but she could. And she said the scarring was almost totally gone. So they gave us a lot of hope. I mean, you can just draw your own conclusions.
Can
Anyway,
Can I ask, do you put the patch directly on the scar?
Nope. Just use it where I almost always put it just behind my neck, you know, on the back of my neck. And yeah. I never put it on my scar, and neither did he. Yeah, because the stem cells go all through your body, and they go. Usually, you know, anything that's real critical, they'll go there pretty quick. And so sometimes that something real obvious, you're thinking, oh, I want that better. It may take a year because there's a lot of internal stuff going on that's working. So scarring was interesting. I was really surprised. And of course, did I take a before picture? No. You guys take before pictures. Don't be like me.
And just a reminder to everybody that when you get started, to take pictures of your face and take pictures of your scars, because they will change.
And crooked
They will be
fingers.
very happy that you
And
have
crooked
them.
fingers, yeah.
Yes, and crooked fingers.
Yeah. This
Love
is
this. I
this
show
is
that to
mine.
people and it's always a wow, because it was stuck like this and now it does that.
That's
Pretty cool.
amazing.
And
I
Karen's
know.
got one too, right?
Yeah, mine didn't straighten completely. You can see it, but I had bent my hand back like that. And for some reason, this finger bent this way and it was about like that. I also had one of those like fingers that would
Aren't
bend
we
and you'd
cute?
have to pull it up. And now, but I think this is probably the best it's going to be, but I'm happy and you can't see much. Anyway,
beautiful.
so a lot of things happen that you don't expect. It's fun. So where are we on time? Oh, we really are at 19. If somebody else has a great quick story, come on in. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up.
I have a quickie
Awesome.
talking about scars. So since I'm just post-shower, I was looking.
Thanks, Wendy.
I have a smiley face on my abdomen from a hernia repair, a bikini cut hysterectomy, and an appendix, and it's gone. My smiley face is gone.
That's
So
awesome.
that's pretty
Hey.
impressive.
Can I show, because I know Robin and Gregory kind of know Brandon's story. Say hello.
Hi, Brandon.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Brandon.
Nice to meet you. We've heard great things.
He said hello.
Hello,
Awesome.
hello.
And there's a wonderful special right now.
Yeah, I mentioned at the beginning.
I
of the
know.
call. Yeah, so check your emails for this.
Go check it. Yeah.
It's also on the Facebook group.
Okay.
Okay. You guys are so
Is it
good.
that pain? Is it the one with the pain trio?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
So guys, thank you all for joining us. Make sure you check your email. And I love this community. I'm really happy we switched to Zoom. It's so fun to see your faces. It's just fabulous. Thank you for coming and being here. And with that, I think it's a wrap. And we're going to see you this evening a little bit later, like 6:30 in Mountain Time.
One more quick thing is we have a lot of new people coming on that are leaving a company that is soon to be going out of business. So we want to give a warm welcome to all of you that are from Univera that are joining us. I know I saw some phone numbers that look familiar. So just we give you a warm welcome. Would love to see you and excited to just embrace you in our wonderful Live Younger community. So welcome.
Thank you.
Fabulous. Thanks. And I echo that. Fabulous. So with that, have a great day. Keep on
Okay.
patching.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.